Hey guys, welcome to another Thursday edition of the Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. My name is Nick, and I haven't done one of these videos in a while, so I figured I'd do a video this week on some of the kind of cool, interesting albums I picked up recently. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you click on the link down below and go check out our Facebook group. It's not really super huge community. There's only a couple hundred of us in there right now, but it's just a great place, a fun place to talk about music, and it's a great, encouraging environment. We try to keep everything really lighthearted, but it's just a great place. Also, make sure you click on the subscribe button and hit that notification bell, so that way you're getting notifications every time that we upload new videos, which is every Thursday and Sunday. So the first couple of albums I've got are ones that, if you guys watch the channel for a while, I do enjoy a great bootleg every now and again. And the first couple I've got are definitely bootlegs. And the first one is an album that I've loved ever since it was released. But it was one that I missed out on buying on vinyl. And until they release an official version of it, there's just no way I can pay the kind of money that that official pressings go for. And this is Onoma by Tool. And this is one I picked up from Rollin Records, and this thing sounds absolutely fantastic. I was a little worried about picking it up. I know I've seen some people talk online about even in the Vinyl Den Facebook group about how they thought there was maybe just a little too much bass in the album. But after listening to some other Tool albums, I think they're all kind of cut that way. And I really didn't feel I don't know. As a bass player, I don't think I've ever said there's too much bass in an album. But this thing sounds absolutely fantastic. And if I can pull it out of the sleeve here. Like I said, this is the one from Rollin Records. And it's just a great sounding pressing. Plus it looks pretty sweet. It's on two different colored green vinyl. See, I almost said vinyls there, but and the second disc is just a darker green. The issue, the only real issue I've ever had with Rollin Records albums is that some of them, like my Van Halen Balance, sounded a little quiet. But the sound quality on these are good enough to where you can crank up the volume and it sounds fantastic. There's really no distortion to the audio or anything. But like I said, this is one I've had my eye on a while. I've actually seen a copy available in stores, and there's so many different bootlegs of this album out there that I've really kind of hesitated on buying it. But because of the reputation that Rollin Records has, I figured I was getting a really good pressing of it, and like I said, so far I've listened to it a couple of times, and it just sounds fantastic. So the next album I have is another bootleg, and it's like I said, it's another album that I've been looking for a long time. And this is one that unfortunately you'll never get an official pressing of it. If you want these tracks, the only way to get it is off of this bootleg. So I was actually at the record store over the weekend, and I ran into Russ from the Infectious Groove podcast. And if you haven't checked his podcast out yet, definitely make sure you go and do that. It's a great show, and it's one of the podcasts I listen to every week. It's just they just have a lot of fun, and it's just like I said, just a great show. But anyway, we were talking about Pink Floyd because we're both big Pink Floyd fans, and we were talking bootlegs. And I had made a comment about, because I know we were talking about a New York City 1977 bootleg that he said he bought there before, which I was really surprised because Dearborn Music typically doesn't have a lot of bootleg albums. And he started rifling through the albums on the shelf and managed to pull this out. And if you guys don't know what this is, these are studio outtakes from the Wish You Were Here and Animals albums. And kind of the cool thing is about this, if you know those two albums, there's a song on Wish You Were Here called Have a Cigar. It's one of my favorite Pink Floyd songs. But the interesting thing about the track is it's the only Pink Floyd song that is not sung by a member of the band. It's actually sung by Roy Harper. And this is the only way to actually get a copy of that track sung by Roger Waters and David Gilmour. At least it's the only way I know of to get it. I think you can listen to the track off of YouTube and things like that. But so that was what really drew me to this. It's just a great collection of tracks. It also has the full "Shine On You Crazy Diamond" because it's split up on "Wish You Were Here," and the entire first side of this album, all 22 minutes of it, is just that one track together. So it's just a great way to listen to this. There is some like studio banter on. I believe it's It's either Sheep or Pigs. There's some like studio banter involved in just a little bit in a couple parts of it. It's just overall kind of interesting to hear the outtakes, and it's something that Pink Floyd, like I said, is just never going to release officially. So this next album is one that I didn't really know anything about this pressing until really just recently. I grew up, I was a teenager through, most of the 90s. And I really kind of got into this band. And this is actually one of Ian's favorite bands and one of his favorite albums. But I have multiple copies of this album. And I had the standard black version. That it was actually just a reissue that came out, I don't know what it was, 2015, 2016, something like that. And then I was kind of going back and forth between two different versions. And I posed the question on the Vinyl Den Facebook group about which one I should go with. And it was pretty unanimous I should go with this version. But of course, me being me, I had to buy both of them. So anyway, I bought both copies of it. But this is one that it was on back order for a long time. And I didn't really know if it was ever going to come in. And that's why I ended up going with an orange variant, which is one that I knew I could get at that time. And then I pre-ordered this, kind of hoping that it would eventually get reissued. And this is Counting Crows August and everything after. And this is the Acoustic Sounds 45 RPM edition of it. And this thing sounds absolutely incredible. It's cut from the original analog tapes. And it, I listened to it the first time. And like I said, it's just a great sounding pressing. And I even compared it to the other standard black version I have, which is also a really good pressing of the album. And this thing just sounds absolutely fantastic in comparison. It's a little pricey. If you buy it through Acoustic Sounds, I think it's still, I believe it's still actually in stock, the new pressing of it. It's not cheap. It's going to run you $55-$60, but I would say this is an album that's, if you are a fan of this album, if you're a fan of Counting Crows, this is the absolute pressing to have of this album. It sounds absolutely fantastic. Another one of those great late 90s, early 2000s bands I'm a huge fan of. They're definitely in my top three favorite bands, along with Pink Floyd and obviously all the MXPX I have up on my wall today. And I have standard black and colored variants of all of their albums, with the exception of one. And this is an album that, if you guys have watched this channel for a while, I actually did a video a while back about my adventures with SRC vinyl. I'll put a link up above for it. And I had ordered a copy, a colored variant of this album through SRC. And, you can watch a video, but it turned into this big, long, drawn-out process. And ultimately, after a year and a half, I finally got my money back for it. And I just happened to find, I found a colored variant. It's not the one I wanted, but this is also a great one also. But anyway, the album is Enema of the State. Like I said, I'm a huge Blink-182 fan. And the one from SRC Vinyl was really cool because the blue of the album actually matched her glove. So that was the one I was really wanting to get. But I found this for a great price on Discogs, and this thing looks absolutely sweet. Because, of course, I'm always a sucker for great-looking vinyl. But, just the blue and red splatter just looks great on this. But, so I guess it kind of completes my I'll still try to find that blue variant. Hopefully SRC will finally eventually release it. I'm not sure what the big holdup is, but, so I'll try to get that one eventually. But this will kind of hold me over until that time. So the last album I have is one that, when it was originally announced, I kind of went back and forth on it. And I decided not to pick it up because it is a greatest hits album. And for the most part, I'm not a huge fan of greatest hits. I already have most of this band's albums as it is. And then it was released. And I saw how great the packaging was on it. And the fact that it came with an extra disc that wasn't available in the standard package really kind of changed my mind on it. And I ended up putting this in my Discogs want list. And that's where it kind of sat for a while. And as kind of the prices climbed on it, I really didn't think I'd ever grab a copy of it. And then one night I saw one drop on Discogs for a great price. So I decided to pick it up. And this is the White Stripes Greatest Hits. I love how this thing is packaged. I love the Wizard of Oz kind of theme on there. It just it's really kind of a neat way to do the packaging. And I guess on a side note, I know Ian and I had talked about the way we the sleeves we use on our albums. I do want to say that this is one of the thicker sleeves I have, or this is one of the thicker albums I have. And this is the standard, just the dual pocket sleeve from Vinyl Storage Solutions out of Canada. And this is, like I said, it's packaged in there, and it's got all three of the albums in there. And it might help a little bit that the third disc is not, it's not like a 180 gram really thick disc, but all three of them fit really nicely in there. And this is like a trifold cover. So, or jacket is the word I was trying to think of. But yeah, like I said, it fits in there pretty well. So if you I do have some bigger sleeves on order from them that I might, once I get them in, depending on how big they are, it's like only an inch wider. So I might kind of put this in one of the bigger sleeves, because it does kind of pull on the edge of the jacket a little bit. But it actually fits pretty snug in there. But like I said, the thing that really kind of sold me on this was the fact that it came with this third disc. The first two are the ones you'll get in the kind of like the standard version of this album. And then, of course, you got the third disc. Now, this is like I was really kind of surprised how thin this thing is. This is almost like, I don't even know if it's 120 gram. It almost feels like there's a whole lot of flex to it. That's for sure. But I don't know. I haven't listened to this yet, but this was really the thing that kind of sold me on it. And if I can pull this out of my package here. Because these are the new sleeves, the new resealable sleeves that the Vinyl Storage Solutions have. Like I said, it fits in there pretty well. But I guess this is just it is just a gatefold. It's not trifold, but it's just really thick. Here's the inner artwork on this thing. Looks pretty sweet though. Like I said, kind of continues that the theme from the cover throughout the whole jacket. It's just a great package. And it's interesting that I love how some of these things come, and some of the stuff they decide to put in their albums. Not necessarily the White Stripes, but really kind of all sorts of bands. Because these are magnets, lyric magnets, which I think is kind of an interesting thing, but I don't know who uses things like this. I don't know. I guess you guys can drop a comment down below and let me know if you have this package and what you've done with these magnets. But it definitely comes with some great things. It also comes with the thing I didn't know until I posted on the Facebook group about when I picked this up, is the fact that this actually comes with, each package has different, I think there's 3 different lithograph sets that come with this. So these are the ones that came with this one, which these are kind of cool. White Stripes definitely do a great thing with their artwork. I love how they kind of carry on that red and white kind of theme through everything. It's just a fantastic package, and like I said, it's one that, I mean, the only way you can get this was to be a member of the Third Man Vault, which I'm not a member of, and I definitely make sure I check the vault every now and again before they release new albums, because they do quarterly releases. But I definitely look on there to make sure I'm not going to miss out on something great like this. I know the next one is a live Jack White show, which I'll probably pick up on the secondary market. I'll probably pick it up on Discogs or anything like that, because I missed out on. I thought I had another week to sign up to get the release, and I didn't. I missed it by a couple of days. But it looks the next Vault release looks absolutely fantastic, and like I said, I'll probably have to pick that up online somewhere. Well, that's all I got for you this week, guys. Thanks for checking the show out. You know, like I said, I haven't done one of these videos in a while where I show off some of the stuff I bought lately, but and I haven't bought a whole lot. But these are ones that albums I've really had my eye on for a while, stuff I've been looking for. But drop me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. If you guys picked up that White Stripes Greatest Hits, what you think of it, or any of the other albums I've got here. But if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and come back this weekend and check out the show we got planned for Sunday. Well, that's all we got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.